But again, hey, maybe their opinion is they like Skillshare and they want other people to use it because they really want you to learn new skills, guys. You know, yes, you're going to have to pay $168 a year or $32 a month, and there's a possible chance when you go to try to cancel, it won't actually cancel, and you could learn all this information on YouTube, but you should learn new skills because I like Skillshare and I'm being paid to advertise Skillshare, and you should go learn a new skill because I know you guys want to learn more. That doesn't sound weird at all to anybody? Sounds weird to me. Hello everyone, TJV here, and today I'm going to be talking about Skillshare, which, again, I'm not being paid by Skillshare or anything. This is actually a negative video on Skillshare, but I do want to put out there that, I'm not, supporting a competition platform compared to Skillshare. I'm not trying to blame Skillshare for things that possibly aren't true. I'm just going to be saying my own personal opinion of the platform Skillshare and how, yes, YouTubers are easily overlooking the platform instead of doing research on what they're advertising to all their viewers. Now, I'm not going to call out any YouTubers in particular, but I will say that there are some big YouTubers, some big content creators who have advertised Skillshare, and you've probably heard it before. And what Skillshare is an all-in-one learning platform where if you go pay a fee, you're able to learn whatever you want, any new skill, blah, 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 blah. But there's three big problems with Skillshare that don't seem to improve with how long it's been around, and I'm gonna talk about that here. First off, it is really hard, I guess, to have a job for Skillshare because they don't pay the content creators on Skillshare that much. Now, it could be large amounts depending on who you are, blah, 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 but the percentage that YouTube keeps out of ad revenue is 45%. Other platforms vary, but for Skillshare, it's 70%. They keep 70% of the revenue from whatever the content creator is making on Skillshare. And at first, if it's all about learning and teaching people how to learn, you'd want more creators to go on Skillshare to create more educational videos for people to learn about new skills. And taking 70% really does hinder on how many people are going to go to Skillshare rather than just go upload a video to YouTube and make more money. So already from a competition standpoint, from a company standpoint, if I own Skillshare, that would be a giant flaw in the entire thing. I'm taking away 70% of the content creators' revenue on Skillshare when they can just go over the competition on YouTube, even though, yes, they're advertising over on YouTube. It's still technically the competition because anybody can learn anything from YouTube. And the taking money away kind of also leads into this. This is all in part one of what I have a problem with Skillshare, is that it's very limited on what you could learn, even though it's supposed to be the platform where you can learn anything on there, because there's going to be infinite more YouTube videos on whatever you're looking up on YouTube than on Skillshare. So let's say you want to get into working on a car and you got to change the oil or whatever of your exact car. You're probably more than likely to find your exact car and how the oil is changed on that on YouTube because there's just more variety there. Sure, does the quality differ? Maybe. I don't really think that even matters because there's plenty of quality on YouTube. It's kind of hard to stumble across a video of someone screwing up without them obviously making it out to be a joke. And I feel like Skillshare has very selective videos, and it's a lot harder to learn from that than it is to actually see somebody doing it. It's like going out in the field and having experience is better than just reading it in a textbook because you're actually going out there to try it. You have experience doing the thing you're wanting to do. And that's more along the lines of watching a YouTube video of someone exactly doing it rather than on Skillshare of someone teaching you how to do it. It's like monkey see, monkey do. It's a lot easier to see people what they're doing and replicate that rather than them just telling us, oh, you got to go do this, this, and that, and then us to remember and follow the instructions that we were taught in the Skillshare video. Part two of this is that there have been a lot of terrible customer reviews. I've had one experience with Skillshare. I did not own the account, my friend did, so I thought I'd just look over Skillshare real quick and search some things up. So I did have a little bit of experience with Skillshare, but I've never bought into Skillshare myself. But my experience with it kind of lines up with all the other reviews, and it's sort of the lack of variety of things that I was looking up to try to learn. But I've even asked my friend if they've wanted to keep renewing their service at Skillshare, paying however much they need to pay a month, which, by the way, it's just ridiculous numbers. I have the numbers on screen, I guess, but it is just ridiculous numbers how much you have to pay for Skillshare. But there have been a lot of customer reviews online, and this doesn't always line up with my friend, because my friend is willing to pay for that and keep using Skillshare, which is fine. It's different for everyone. You might like Skillshare and I might not, and that's completely fine. But the overwhelming amount of reviews online kind of shows that people do not like the 1 month free trial thing, because they do try to cancel it because they want to give it a shot and try it out. Turns out they don't like it, so they want to cancel their subscription, but they're still getting charged either next month, a couple months down the road, or even 1 year later, when someone could be in a completely different situation, not have the money for that, or two, they could just completely forget about that, and it could just stumble across and they could be charged in their bank account. And apparently people have called to cancel, but when they call to cancel, they think it's canceled, but later on down the road, they get charged for it again. So when they call to cancel again, Skillshare sometimes just doesn't reach out. They don't have good customer service where they're going to sit here and actually listen to the customer and say, okay, yeah, you're right. Let's just get it canceled. Let's refund you the money and let's just move on. So at least the customer said, okay, that was easy. I called. It was done and simple. No, they sometimes don't reply to you. So Skillshare just seems like one of those companies that you have to like keep bothering them to get your money back and to stop paying for something that you no longer want for $32 a month or $168 per year. That's what you have to deal with for a lackluster learning site, which you're already using now because you're watching me on YouTube right now. So I don't get the point. And number 3, my biggest problem is with how many people know about Skillshare. It's not based off reputation. It's based on marketing. And Skillshare has done a great job at this. They have obviously paid a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers accept all those checks and all that money. And don't get me wrong, if I never looked into this myself, I probably would have been one of the people who just didn't do a background check on Skillshare and saw what other people thought of it. But now after learning this, I don't think any dollar amount would allow me to take down this video and then advertise Skillshare in my next video. I don't think a dollar amount could get me to do it because I just don't like the platform. And I don't see myself wanting to advertise something that I just don't like at all. Now, again, that might seem weird or whatever. Like, what are you doing, Trevor? You could make a lot of money. What are you talking about? You know, you like whatever people pay you to like. But for me, it's just Skillshare just seems like one of those big wasted opportunities when you have YouTube right in front of you. It's like going down to your local auto shop and paying somebody hundreds and hundreds of dollars to change your oil when you could either A, do it yourself, or B, just pay someone a really cheap amount to do it for you. Again, I feel like certain skills, especially with like cars and like stuff that we use every day, we use cars every day, stuff like that should be like, okay, we know basic things. We know how to air up the tires. We know how to sit here and maybe change a bulb or something like that. If it ain't too complicated, I get it, on some cars it's complicated. But again, YouTube's a very easy platform where you can learn that and do all that yourself. But if you're going to want to learn all that on Skillshare, you better be paying $32 a month or $168 a year, which again, might not seem a lot, but you're really not getting a lot out of that. And my overall problem with this third point is pretty much Skillshare has done a really good job to advertise itself as a legitimate platform to go to learn stuff at. But my more bigger issue with that is that they probably just have a lot of money and they're willing to pay a lot of content creators to advertise. And some rather smart content creators who do like really educational type videos. So people think that, okay, I need to go over there, and if my content creator made something on Skillshare, I need to go watch them and blah, 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 blah. And some diehard fans do that. And sadly, they get their money taken away and they probably don't use Skillshare for what it's intended, just to follow their content creator, and that's it. But again, if that's what content creators want to pitch, a very dodgy website with dodgy reviews, a platform with not a good user interface at all, I would say, and has all the same properties as YouTube has, but YouTube's way better than that. Literally takes people's money away for stuff that they could easily go learn on Google or YouTube. A place with a lot of terrible stories on how customer service is, and the only reason why they're going to pitch that is because they're getting some fat cash in their pocket. But again, hey, maybe their opinion is they like Skillshare and they want other people to use it because they really want you to learn new skills, guys. You know, yes, you're going to have to pay $168 a year or $32 a month, and there's a possible chance when you go to try to cancel, it won't actually cancel, and you could learn all this information on YouTube, but you should learn new skills because I like Skillshare and I'm being paid to advertise Skillshare, and you should go learn a new skill because I know you guys want to learn more. That doesn't sound weird at all to anybody. It sounds weird to me, and I hope that I never get an email from Skillshare, because I would totally believe that Skillshare would overlook this video and like still send me something if I get big enough one day. But let's just hope that never happens and I'm off the list of content creators Skillshare wants to reach out to pay to advertise them. I'd much rather take Squarespace. You can come email me. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Share your opinions down in the description below. Let me know what you guys think of Skillshare. There's plenty of videos of people calling out Skillshare online. I'm not the first, so if you want to check out more videos, you can check out more videos. If you have a completely different opinion and you like Skillshare and you've had good experience with it, then don't take my video as me going after you. Just share down below what your experience is with Skillshare if you've had any experience before. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.